Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like the video. Hello and welcome. I want to talk to you today about an idea I had of using Crow. Crow is the Dark Inugami, and he can be pretty powerful. He has a third skill. Let me show you. Let me pull this over here on my screen. So there's Crow. At level 1, he only has 128 attack power. He's a three-star monster with only 128 attack power. But here's what's unique about him. His third skill, and I'll move this over so we can read it. His third skill is Scar. Okay, it increases the damage by 50% for each harmful effect that's on the enemy. And so I was wondering, well, what happens? Could I get 10 harmful effects on something, and how much damage would he do? So let me move this out of the way, and I'm going to pull over here another video that I made that shows Crow. Let's pull it into the screen here. Now, this is the Tower of Ascension, hard, and it's level 66. There's Crow, he's the 3-star, and what happens is that, let me move this up so I can press the play button. So what happens is that I just threw together a quick team. I had Galleon attack buff, defense break, Rika put a bunch of dots, or continuous damage and slow, and then I had the water homunculus put a bunch on there. And if this guy in the middle right here has 10 debuffs. So I wanted to see what would this 3-star monster Crow do with only 128 attack power. And so watch what happens here. You're going to be totally shocked, just as I was. All right. Here he's going to do Scar. And boom, 6,719 damage. Now when I saw this, I was like, oh my gosh, this is incredible. He only has 128. You know, what would happen if I actually put runes on this guy? Because he had no runes. All right, so let's pull this off of here, and let's pull up another video. And just 1 second. All right, let's get that one off the screen. And let me pull up another video that I have of Crow. But now let me pull back onto here. So let me explain how this is going to work, the turn order. I wanted to put together a team that everybody could use. And here I have Galleon. He's a 4-star. You don't have to have Galleon. There are other options. Any monster that would provide an attack buff is the main purpose. You want to have the attack buff monster go first. Now there are other monsters like Aquila, the brown, the wind brownie magician. Corona is the dark brownie magician. Their second skill increases attack power and also increases your critical rate. Seek is the fire hellhound, which is so easy to get. You can farm that at Phaimon, the volcano. Seek's third skill will increase the attack power and the well, I'll tell you what, let's just pull it up. That would be the easiest way, wouldn't it? All right, so let me pull up here, go into the collection, and let's just pull them up and show. So Seek's third skill, Begin Hunt. He is the, when I say Seek, there it is. His third skill, Begin Hunt. Okay, the other one I was talking about is Aquila. And Aquila is the Wind Brownie Magician. His second skill, Fever Time, increases attack power and critical rate. Now the dark one, Corona, has basically the same skill. There actually, any monster that gives you attack buff here would be what you're wanting for this first slot. Okay, now I like to use Galleon because Galleon also gives you the first opportunity to defense break the dragon. Your second, in the turn order, your second monster to go should be Halea. Halea is the Dark Harpy. She should also be the leader, designated as your leader because she gives this plus 30% attack power to Crow, to any dark monster. Now, if Galleon's already applied defense break to the dragon, Halea has a third skill. And let me pull it up here. Let's go into the monster collection and let's pull up Halea. And her third skill here, it decreases the defense and it applies a branding effect. Okay, and so that's an excellent thing. That's going to really help us with this brand. Okay, Halea is a 3-star monster, so you know, if you all know how it is. You summon light dark and you hardly ever get lightning, so there's a good chance that you can get Halea. If you don't have Halea, there are a lot of other options for monsters that will brand. The Barbarian Kings do Eger, Mimir, Hrelsvelg. Some of the assassins will brand Stella. So anyway, the purpose here is we want to increase the damage, defense break him, and then we want to get, if we can, we want to get 10 debuffs on the dragon so that when Crow goes, he will devastate him as much as possible. Now, your third monster to go after Halea is the Dark Homunculus. Now, the Dark Homunculus is a monster that everybody can get. It's farmable, and it has a very unique skill tree. So I'm going to pull it up here and show you guys the Dark Homunculus. Here's the Dark Homunculus. Now, when you do its skill tree, on its skill tree, to get to the analyze weak points, you want to come down here to there, and there it is, right? No, I'm sorry, it's one more. Let me pull it over. So you would come down there, and there's analyze weak point. And so here's what makes the Dark Homunculus so unique. It's going to attack the dragon 4 times. There's a 100% activation rate, although the dragon could possibly resist, but it's going to put on the dragon 4 effects that aren't already there, and then they're listed. Okay, so let me close that out. And the 6 possible effects that you can put on the dragon with the Dark Homunculus are defense break, branding, attack break, glancing hits, slow, and unrecoverable. Now, if defense break and branding are already on the dragon, then these first 2 are not going to be applied, and you're guaranteed to put those on as long as the dragon doesn't resist. So you're going to want to have some accuracy on Galleon. It's not hard though. The dragon does not have a ton of resistance. You're going to want to have accuracy on Halea and obviously on your Dark Homunculus. Now, what if you don't have the Dark Homunculus or you haven't farmed it yet? There are other options. Really, anything that puts several debuffs on the dragon is what you want. Now, since the dragon will already have defense break and branding, you'd want to put something on there, you know, maybe something like Bastet, the Water Desert Queen, or Sekhmet, the Fire Desert Queen, because they would do something like, you know, their second skill can defense break if it hasn't already been applied. It applies glancing hits. It applies unrecoverable. Another monster to possibly use would be Rika. Rika's third skill, Fire Guardian Angel, would slow the dragon. It would also put continuous damage, up to potentially 3 continuous damage on the dragon as well. So there are other options if you have something. You'll see in the videos here that I quickly put together, I use Rika. And then after the Dark Homunculus goes, there's very likely going to be already 6 continuous damage effects on the dragon. And so what happens is after that, then you're going to have the water homunculus go. Now, let me show you the water homunculus, because there's the water homunculus right here, and his skill, Ice Mist, is very, very unique. It attacks the dragon, actually everybody, twice. Now, it will inflict 2 continuous damage effects, so there's 100% activation on that part. Again, the dragon could potentially resist, so you're going to want to have some accuracy on the water homunculus. After it applies those 2, then it's going to potentially apply additional ones. And it counts up how many are already on there, how many harmful effects are already on there, and then there's a 50% chance to add more. And so in the turn order, if you've already got 1 for defense break, and you've got branding, and then your Dark Homunculus goes, and even if it didn't get some of those, the Dark Homunculus puts 4 on there, you're going to have 6 effects already on there. Your Water Homunculus goes, the first 2 continuous damage are 100% activated, so you're going to have 8 effects. And then the 50% chance, since there's 8, on average, you're going to add another 4 continuous damage. Now, you can only have 10 debuffs on a monster, so you have some redundancy built in. If everything goes as planned, you actually end up, you have 10 debuffs basically. And then finally, when all that's done, Crow will go. He will use Scar, and he will hit the dragon and kill it in 1 hit. Now, I have a video of that. Let me pull up my video of Crow. And he one-shots the dragon. And I also want to show you here, let's pause this one, and let's move it down a little bit. Okay. Gotta find the play button. There we go. I want to show you here. Here are the bonuses that I have on this team. Now, I was using Rika instead of the Dark Homunculus, but the Dark Homunculus actually would work better. That dark attack bonus of 30%, that comes from Halea. I had a couple fight runes. And again, that's something, if you have not maxed out your towers, you should put fight runes on your monsters. If you wanted to increase your damage and you were having trouble one-shotting the dragon, then you could always put some fight runes on your monsters. I only have 2 sets, so that's where I get the 16% bonus. I have maxed out my sword, and so in the glory from the arena, I get the plus 20%. You can see here I'm still working on upgrading some of my towers. Let's scroll this down a little bit. Okay, now you can see the darkness. I've only got a plus 9. Okay, I haven't put very much into my dark tower at all. Do have my crit damage tower maxed out, and then finally what you see down here are this right here is the bonus that you get from your guild. So when we press play, all right, so with all those bonuses, here's what we're going to do. Rika's going to put a whole bunch of debuffs. She just put 4. The turn order, I have the turn order messed up in this video. I'm showing you just what I did just as a quick test. If you actually run this to be the most efficient, you would want to do the turn order as I showed before. Okay, so Halea here is going to put branding, defense break is there. Okay, Galleon, again, Galleon should have went first. Galleon automatically buffs him. Now I'm with the attack bot defense break, you see I've already got 6, and the water homunculus is going to use Ice Mist, and boom, now he's got 10 debuffs. Now Crow's finally going to go here and watch what happens with Scar. Boom. Critical hit, 167,000, it's dead. And that is the end of the dragon. Now the dragon has 169,995 hit points. But when I rewind this to show you, you're already doing some damage when Halea and when some of these other monsters attack. Halea is going to do a little bit of damage. Your water homunculus will do some damage. Your dark homunculus will do some damage. And so, again, Crow, when he goes, I've actually ran this several times. Your damage varies. On the bonuses that I had, my damage was doing about 167. Another time it did 168,000, and so it one-shots basically the dragon. And there he is. He's dead. End of story. All right. As I was saying earlier, there are some alternatives. I have listed some of them down here. I think we already talked about those. Yeah. Oh yeah, Nephthys. I know like hardly any of you would have her, but if you did, she would automatically 100%. He can't resist. As an alternative, instead of using the Dark Homunculus, if you happen to have Nephthys or Bastet or Sekhmet Rika, whatever, you could use them instead. Okay, now let me show you the runes that I had on Crow. And here we go, Crow's runes. Here's the runes that I had on Crow. Okay, now he's at plus 1,300. 84% crit rate, obviously 249% crit damage. So he doesn't need a lot of speed. You just want to make sure you go before the dragon goes. And I think I can go through my runes here on this video. Let me pull it up here real quick and we'll look. Okay, and that's his third skill. We know that. All right, let's go down here to show you his runes. All right, you want to use Rage Blade. Oops, let me move this down a little bit. All right, you want to use Rage Blade and attack percent in the first slot, crit damage. Okay, and then attack percent. And then basically your other runes, you want to get runes that have as much attack and crit rate and crit damage as possible as substats. My account is still improving. I could certainly do a lot better than this. I'm sure some of you in-game players could have runes that are way better than this, but that's what I had, and I one-shotted him. So, okay, so I wanted to show you the second video that I made here of Crow one-shotting the dragon. Just another example. I believe this one I do a little bit more damage than the first time. Scar hits the dragon, boom, he's gonna die, 168,000. Now let me tell you something. Obviously the dragon dies, okay? He only has 169,000. But even if you don't kill the dragon, okay, with the one shot, he's already got a bunch of continuous damage. The continuous damage is going to kill him, even if your Crow is not strong enough to one-shot him. He moves just a second before that tower will cleanse him, and so you don't even have to have the runes that I had in order to one-shot the dragon, because it would probably be good enough if you knocked him down to, well, if you had two of these continuous damage, if you knock him down to 10% hit points, he's going to die from the continuous damage. So I hope you liked the video today. I'll be coming out with more. If you like this, please like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Really appreciate it. Thanks.